Pronouns are a way to break up the monotony of restating the noun over and over and over again. As a result, every pronoun must refer to its specific antecedent noun. Unfortunately, here's where some of the trouble comes in. If the link to the antecedent is unclear or non-existent, then a vague or ambiguous pronoun results, and the sentence or paragraph is unclear to the reader. So how do we identify vague pronouns and correct them? Let's begin by looking at a few examples. One example of a vague pronoun is Mary told Jane her paper was better. Well, who is her referring to? Whose paper was better? Mary's or Jane's? So how do we correct that? I might rephrase that something along the lines of Mary told Jane, my paper is better. Now, Mary is clearly the subject doing the speaking and referring to her own paper. So now it's clear Mary's paper is better in this case. Always keep an eye out for the common trigger pronouns for ambiguity. It, this, and these. For example, Dad dropped the computer on the glass table and broke it. What does the it refer to? Is the glass broken or the computer broken? In this case, it's not clear. How would we correct that? We might say something like, Dad dropped the computer on the glass table and broke my new laptop. So we use a specific noun to indicate what was broken, the glass table or the computer laptop. Another example with these trigger pronouns is Lee has a summer internship. This means he will get a good job after graduation. Normally I'd say that sounds okay, but reading it carefully, what does this refer to? Is it the summer internship? Is it the act of learning at the summer internship? The act of gaining experience? Not exactly clear. So how might we clarify that? Lee has a summer internship, the experience means he will get a good job after graduation. So now this, a vague pronoun, is replaced with exactly what the author means in this sentence. Another couple trigger pronouns that find their way into middle school students' writing and sentences quite often is the following: they and you. Students love to refer to the ambiguous they who did that, or if they're giving instructions, you know you do this and then you do that. Well, who's you? Are they referring to the author, the reader? They need to be more specific. Let's see an example of that. That sounds quite normal. Down at the hardware store, they sell tools. Well, many students might not even think twice about that sentence. But who is the they the author is referring to in this sentence? The owners of the store? The salesman at the store? Who exactly is they? There's a better way to phrase this sentence with much greater clarity. Down at the hardware store, various tools are available for sale. It doesn't really matter who the they is selling the tools. I would stand to guess the author doesn't even know a specific person who would be selling those tools. The fact is, tools are sold down at the hardware store, and that's the idea they're trying to convey. So these are by no means all typical examples of vague pronouns, but it's a good introduction that will get you thinking more clearly about when your pronouns may or may not be clear to the reader. Hopefully, that will not only help your writing in general, but help you identify vague and ambiguous pronouns on the exam.